Welcome to the channel, where we make StarCraft into one of the most epic and funnest ways to play and get reactions from people.
Where does it hurt?
What's going on, you guys? Happy Monday. We got a special one for you guys today. So it's going to be 2-in-1. I've got a buddy down here. He's going to be doing a troll play as well. I'm going to be doing a troll play. Troll forecast for you guys today. My buddy's actually doing a ghost push. So mass ghost lockdown push. He's going to open up with that and he's going to try to clear things up for me for a little bit. And then I'm going to follow up with 100 mass marine recalls. You guys heard it. This was actually a subscriber request. So one of you guys reached out and said, man, hey, you should do like mass fire bats, mass marine recalls. And I was thinking like, you know, it's not going to be that fun because it's just mass marines. But I've been doing this for like the past maybe like 3 days now. And it is super... Hey guys, if you have this sort of content and want to support the channel, make sure to subscribe and hit that like button. And as always, come join us to be part of the troll action by dropping ideas, thoughts, or memes for our next funny video. Alright guys, let's get back to the action. They were fun. I had no idea. And the reason is because like mass marines, as soon as you recall them, they do so much havoc, especially if you do like 3 or 4 groups of recalls on them. And I think from what he had mentioned that it is a limit of about 24 units per recall. So you can do the math. It's about 100 if you do 4. So it is pretty epic. So guys, stick around. Check this one out. It's going to be super fun. As well, these guys thought. So on the away team, we've got Red Flagstone here. He's probably like a 5. We have this player up here. He's probably close to a 5. He's Protoss. And we have their third. He is probably close to a 5 as well. So overall game level is about a 5 for the away team. I've got a buddy. He's Zerg over here. Obviously, I'm over at 9 o'clock. I'm going to be playing as Protoss. Look, I'm not going to be making any units at all. I'm just going to be making mass marines. So I'm just going to get a bunch of arbiters. I'm going to seal things up. My ally and I are pretty much going to do like a 2 versus 3. We're going to try to defend. We're also going to try to pick off units, making us slightly ahead of the game so that our ally down here, he's going to tech straight up to Ghost and he's going to make an epic push. It's going to be pretty awesome. And he's going to do some nukes as well too on this player up here. Alright, so game plan is I'm actually opening up with standard open. So I'm making gateways. This is like a special site. Like I never do this. I never open up with 2 gateways. I only do this when it's like competitive or if I'm playing in like an inner, and that's like obviously players that you know and you know good players that are probably about like a 6.5 and above. Like those are the players that I'll open up with the standard play. So I'm gonna do this this game because I want to kind of help my ally up here, and we're just gonna defend, do a 2 versus 3, buy time for my ally down here because he's gonna go straight into Ghost. He's just gonna tech straight up into Ghost, and he's not gonna do any kind of harassment. So it's just me and my ally. We're gonna do some harassments here. So I'm gonna trick this player up here. I'm gonna pretend that I'm actually making cannons, which I'm not. I'm just actually making my second pylon up here. So if you look back at my base right here, I'm pretty much, you know, I don't have my second pylon up there. But if you look at this player up here, he is pretty much thinking that I'm going to be making cannons, so he's stacking all of his probes. So this is a trick like a trick move you do on players, and what happens is he's going to not be mining now, so he's going to be super behind, and he's not going to have much money. So check out the resource chart here. So he's got about 50 minerals. So, and he's got some probes stuck behind here as well, and that's what I wanted to do, is just trick this player so that my ally, the Zerg ally over here, he's going to go and be ahead now, and he can just pretty much macro up because he's got that advantage with mass Zerglings at the early start, and so now he's going to pick off a bunch of stuff here. Now I'm just going to send a couple zealots. I'm not going to make that much. I'm just going to send a couple zealots up here, help him as well, and just pick off some probes while he's obviously doing some harassments and distractions up here. At the same time, I'm not going to be making anything else. I'm just going to be making a couple zealots. I'm going to open up with a fast expansion down here while simultaneously we're going to keep them busy. So look down at 5 o'clock. I see that orange is trying to cannon my ally, so I expected that. So that's why I kept a couple zealots at home. I'm going to send them over to 5 o'clock. I'm going to take out these cannons here so that he's going to be okay. I don't think this player realizes, because I think he was trying to help 12 o'clock, and so now we're going to take out these cannons. He's going to be okay now, which is good. I don't want these depots to be taken out from my ally, because if they do, then he's going to be probably around like a minute and a half behind, and definitely don't want that. So I'm going to get some cannons right here. I'm going to seal this up. As soon as they come to my base, I'm going to seal this up, but I'm just going to get a couple cannons, and then I'm going to go for a fast expansion, and we need a ton of money for those arbiters, and then to get a Dark Archon so I can steal an SCV down at my ally down here. Alright, so total game times around like 35 minutes. I'm not going to make you guys wait for that long, but I'm going to fast forward to some of the fun stuff here for you guys. Back at 12 o'clock, I'm continuing to keep these guys super busy, so it's funny because a lot of players, they tend to try to like chase like 1 zealot or 2 zealots of mine, with like a whole army of like 10. It's so funny because a lot of times like players that are not that skilled, players that I think that are below 6, a lot of times they're going to do that. And so it's a trick that I do so that we can keep them distracted, keep them up here so that they're not over my allies base over here, or they're not trying to contain middle. So while they're doing that, obviously you guys can see that I'm expanding right now, so it's obviously a distraction, a deception move. As well, I'm going to send a probe over to 3 o'clock. I'm also going to take this base, and this is the base, guys, that I'm going to make a bunch of Marines, and we're going to do epic Terran, secret Terran base over here until they actually find out, and then they're like, what the hell is this guy doing? So unfortunately, Ally up here, he's not setting up his sunkens correctly, so he should actually have all these sunkens inside. He should put up some evil chambers over here to kind of block, and then he can use his drones to stack up and just kind of disrupt the flow of zealots coming through. He would have actually survived. He would have probably just needed about like 4 sunkens, pretty much, that's it. But a lot of times, a lot of players that don't play Zerg, like my ally here, he doesn't play Zerg, he plays Terran, so he doesn't realize that that's something you can do. So, alright, so we're just going to keep them extremely busy now because, you know, we picked off a bunch of zealots over at 11 o'clock, which is great, so he did a good job there. Could have been done better, but he's okay job, I guess. I've got the expansion now, and then I'm going to go for the Citadel of Dune, and then I'm going to get Template Archive. We're going to tech all the way up to Arbiters really quick. And these guys are still doing a 2 versus 3 on us right now. So it's Protoss, Protoss, Protoss on their team. So typically, you know, when you have 3 Protosses, it's kind of like almost like a cheat codes. Like, you know, they have like pretty much home advantage, I would say, almost. And so a lot of times, if you don't know how to use Protoss, you can die pretty easily. But there is obviously a combination of units that you got to use so that, and also how you can attack. But then again, guys, these guys are like just around a 5 out of 8, so I'm not going to expect too much from them. Typically, if they're like around a 6 and above, then you know, that's when, you know, they got more team play. They have more game IQ. So. And it looks like down here, I was trying to actually build this pylon here to kind of seal things up, but this zealot came and followed my zealot, and so I had to cancel that pylon right away because I don't want him to see this expansion, secret expansion that I have at 3 o'clock here. So, as well, guys, stick around. I've got a bonus clip of some more Mass Marine recalls, super epic, so definitely don't miss that out. Check that out, guys. It's going to be awesome. And as well, if you're new to the channel, guys, like, welcome. This channel is all about epic troll plays. So, you know, here we do a lot of things like deception, trickery, as I mentioned already, making players think that, you know, they're slightly winning the game. Or if they're frustrated enough, then they're going to be motivated in staying long enough in the game so you can actually execute those troll plays. Troll plays are things like, you know, mass nukes, you know, lurker drops, mass lurker drops, you know, mass ultralisk drops, mass firebat drops, things that you would not expect to do in, you know, a pretty decent game, and just getting some fun reactions from players. So that's what the channel is all about. It's not, you know, your typical standard game where you're going to do like, you know, mass marines and medics and dragoons, zealots, ending the game in 12 minutes and then kind of replaying that. That's not what the channel is about. So if you're new to it, sit back, relax, it's gonna be super fun. Alright, so this is where my ally at 11 o'clock pretty much died because, again, like, he doesn't play Zerg, so he sort of doesn't know what to kind of do and build and also the timings. And so he's gonna leave now. My ally down here, he has the ghosts finally now, so he's doing like a 1 base push with ghosts, and I think he has lockdown upgraded as well, so he's gonna come up and try to save this base. But it's done, guys. Like, this base is done, so don't expect too much now anymore. But he's gonna run to, I think, 3 o'clock. I don't think he has money. Let's check. Yeah, he doesn't have money, so he's only got like 230 minerals, which is not enough for a hatchery. So I think he's just gonna chill now. He's probably gonna go watch TV or something. So it's okay. We're gonna do 2 versus 3. It's still gonna be pretty epic now because it's 2 versus 3. As you guys know, I think you're starting to get the theme of this channel is that, you know, I tend to like to do like 2 versus 3s, 1 versus 3s, things like that, or 2 versus 4s, just so that it makes it more epic and that the away team thinks that they're winning, only that we're going to turn the tides in the very end and we're going to reveal some epic units on them. So epic combinations of units on them. Alright, so I got that Dark Archon. I'm going to go and drop it over at my allies base at 5 o'clock now. Gotta be careful just so that we don't make, we got to make sure that there's no Dragoons at the middle here. So I'm just going to make sure that I can avoid anything there. So there's like a very narrow pathway over here, so that's what I'm going to use to go across. Definitely don't want to go down here because that's where there's a lot of space, real estate for his units to be at, so that's what you got to do. And my ally's like, he's doing a super troll aggressive play here. He's going pretty much mass ghost. I think he's got +1 already, so I'm gonna let you guys kind of watch him do it as well. I mean, I've done it a ton of times. It's time for you guys to watch somebody else do it. And so my ally, he's very good as well, so he's gonna be able to pull this off. You know, not too bad. I think he was able to kind of execute a couple nukes pushes here for you guys. So red down here, he sees that I have an expansion, so he's trying to storm that. So I noticed that, so I'm just gonna pull my probes away. And I'm going to kill this wall so then so that my probes can actually go to 3 o'clock. Now I'm going to use that base instead. And now my ally here is doing a push with mass ghost, so he is... Orange is probably like, what the fuck? What is this? Who does this guy think he is? Mass ghost? You know, typically you're going to see like maybe 3 or 4 ghosts, that's it. And you're going to use it for like, you know, nukes or whatnot. But when you see more than 10, you know something's up. You know, like there's a troll play going on here. So... Alright, so back at home, I have the Arbiter Tribunal. I'm going to get Arbiters soon, so Arbiters are started. I'm also going to get upgrades on them. And as I mentioned, guys, like I'm not going to make any other units. I'm only going to make Arbiters and just some defense units for Protoss. That is it. I want to make them think that I'm a noob. So this base is kind of, if you look at it, it looks very noobish. But the focus is going to be over here, and that's going to be the trickery and deception. So I'm going to make a bunch of barracks over here. So probably like, I'm thinking probably like 12 barracks, and those are the units that I'm going to use. So there's another subscriber that reached out and said like, man, you should just mind control another race while you're Protoss and just use that race alone only. So this is probably like a multiple different subscriber requests in one. So it's going to be pretty fun. Now I got some Dark Templars down here, just gonna guard it. I don't want red to go and get an expansion. Typically, you know, when you're at 6 or 7, you're gonna obviously use one of the other bases as an expansion if it is empty. So he knows that, and I don't think he has observers yet. So I'm just gonna contain him here. And a lot of times when that happens, they get very anxious. So, okay, Ally's trying to do a nuke push now. I think he's going back a second time. Now he's gonna try to lay the nuke down while he's making this attack. So hopefully. So he should actually continue to engage that, because if he continues to engage it, then they're not going to notice the nuke. So so I think he's going to notice the nuke. Is he going to notice it? Oh, he doesn't notice it. It's too late. Oh, my ally got really lucky there. So that's funny, because typically players that are like, you know, like a 5 and up, they're going to notice it and they're going to like run away their units. But I guess this guy just noticed it like just at the very last minute, so he was able to pull that off. Pretty funny. All right, so he's gonna go do a push now. I think he's got lockdown. There it is. There are the lockdowns. It looks like 12 is coming to help him as well, so he's gonna be flanked here. So he's gonna have to do multiple lockdowns on both sides here. Let's see if he can pull it off. So there's, okay, he was able to pull that off. So they're all pretty much locked down, these goons. So I wonder what these two guys are thinking. They're probably like, who the fuck is this guy? Nobody's ever done this to me in a pub game before. Why is this happening today? And red is trying to do a counter at 5 o'clock here. I've only got a few Dark Templars. I'm just going to use them. I pulled them over from 7. I'm just going to help my ally here because I know he's busy at 1 o'clock. So I'm going to pull off these Dark Templars to kind of soften up these units so that when they do come, my ally can pretty much take them out pretty easily here. So unfortunately, it looks like there's an observer there. I wish my ally would have locked that down and then killed that observer. That way he would have been able to... okay, nice. He killed it. That's good. So I think he's going to be able to get this one nuke down. Alright, open the view for you guys to see it. So nuke is coming down, and this guy's pulling his probes way too late, so he's going to... he's gonna lose his probes. That's hilarious. Oh my gosh. Alright, so I started the barracks, guys. I got the SCV I think about like 2 minutes ago. I've just been super busy, so I think I'm about like 30 seconds late. But anyways, we'll get the SCV started. I'm gonna make like just non-stop SCVs on this command center, and then I'm gonna make, as I mentioned, like 12 barracks here. I'm gonna make a bunch of depots down here. Hopefully they don't see this base. It's gonna be super fun. I'm gonna try to hide it from these guys. So it is a 3 versus 2, and it is pretty much Protoss versus 2 Terrans. So yeah, I guess 2 Terrans, because I'm just going to be using Terran only. But I'm going to be making cannons in the middle here, and I'm not really attacking much. So it's kind of like me just using Terran, I would think. I don't know, let me know what you guys think. But I'm just going to get some cannons in the middle here for my ally, just to support him while he does these ghost pushes and whatnot, it's going to be super hard when you have like just mass ghosts. And so Miley's going to need these cannons because I expect that these units here will die, and he's going to have to keep replenishing them. And while he replenishes them, he's probably going to get countered because he is faced against 3 people, and I'm not doing much. So I got to be able to kind of make and kind of give us a cushion for support in case if he fails. So I'm just going to make these cannons here in the middle. So back at home, we got the barracks here started. I'm going to get upgrades too for the engineering base. Alright, so Allie's doing another push here at 12 o'clock. Try to drop a nuke there, but there was the observer, so I don't think he saw it. I don't think he does enough of these nuke pushes like me, so he may not be kind of used to anticipation of what they would typically do. But I hope he would do more of this because it's super fun. To be able to have like another ally on my team to do troll plays with me, it's super fun. So anyway, so Red actually, he's been targeting me this whole game. We played another game, he's targeting me like left and right and center. I don't know why, it's so bizarre, but I guess he saw that I was doing up to something here, so he did a recall, and I think he now finds out that I have another race. So he's probably like, okay, so that's what this guy's been up to. So I had to lift this up, evacuate it, and I'm going to bring over my arbiters here. So I actually was trying to defend my 9 o'clock base because 12 o'clock was trying to do a carrier push on me. And then I look over at 3 o'clock, Red was also attacking me at the same time. So I was pretty much in a 2 versus 1. So I had to stasis some of these carriers here. And I'm going to make some more stormers as well. And then I'm going to stasis these units. I'm going to use these barracks to make marines here and actually kind of kill off these units because I don't have any other units, guys. Like, I'm not going to be making Protoss units at all. So I'm just going to make Terran units here and just combine it with some arbiters that I have. So. Alright, we took out all those units now, and it looks like Red is trying to still do a recall at my base at 9 o'clock here, and he's probably thinking I'm so super noob because this base has nothing. I have no units. I only have 3 gateways, and I just have a bunch of Stargates, so he's probably thinking I'm a total noob, so it's going to be funny. Oh, and by the way, I'm playing as Jackal, so Jackal is known to be, he's probably like a 4 out of 8, so he's not that great. So I'm playing as him to get some fun reactions, and so these guys definitely think that I'm Jackal because look at my base at 9 o'clock, it looks super noob. So I think I'm playing the act pretty good, guys. So anyways, I'm going to get the Nexus down again here. Allie's doing another nuke at 1 o'clock here, so I think he's trying to finish off this Nexus. Over the view for you guys to see it, so I think he's going to try to clean up this Nexus. He did a nuke already. This is going to be the second nuke, and now it's going to clear out the entire base pretty much. And while they were doing a 2 versus 1 at me, that kept them distracted so that my ally can go pull off these nukes now. So they're making pretty much just mass stormers now, so it's hilarious. So obviously, you know, you're gonna make mass stormers when you see like mass bio units, and so it's just, for me, it's funny because I think the fact that you're still playing into the troll, whereas these guys could be trolling us as well too right now, but a lot of times like players will just continue to play standard versus us. So I find it kind of funny because, you know, we're not going to be making these units on a standard game, but we're doing it for, you know, we're pretty much poking fun at them, right? So it's just funny that they're still continuing to play into the troll with us. So anyways, I'm just going to keep making cannons. I'm going to make myself look super noob at 9 o'clock here. I'm just going to make cannons only. And he's probably thinking like, who is this noob? He just keeps making cannons, doesn't make anything, and he just keeps stasising shit. So, okay, so looks like we got the space stabilized now, so I got cannons all around. Now I'm going to start making a bunch of Marines and Medics now, guys. So I had to remake these engineering bases because when they were almost upgraded for +1, Red came and did a recall. And in fact, Red's doing another recall right now. My Dark Archon was a little bit late because I was going to use feedback in case if he does bring arbiters, so I have to take out these units now. I pulled my probes just slightly away. I'm gonna stasis some of these units here and just kind of use pretty much this one Dark Template that I have to defend myself. Oh my god, it looks so super noob. Alright, so Ally came and cleaned this up for me, thank god. I don't have any other units there to clean that up, so alright, back at 3. Let's focus on this troll play, guys. I am trying hard. It is so hard. So hopefully, you guys appreciate this. It's so hard to get 100 Marines to be able to recall as well, especially when I did start off with Terran. So Allie's doing a nuke here. I think he's just trying to scare Red. It's a scare tactic and keeping him kind of anxious and busy. All right, let's check the resource chart. So I am at 204. So I think I'm at like 100 supply for Terran here, so almost. Red did another recall at my base here. He's relentless. Doesn't want me to do this troll play. I think he knows I'm trying to troll right now, so he is relentless. He's pretty much trying to finish off anything that I have here. So I'm just going to stasis a bunch of crap that he has here, combined with my Marines and Medics, and then I'm going to take out all of his units, and then the coast will be clear for us to do this this massive recall at him. So I'm going to do it at 6 o'clock first. Going to take out his base. So we are at +1. Let's check the other upgrades. So +2 is coming along here. It's almost pretty much halfway done. Now here's the other deception part, guys, is we're going to let them kill middle. So I want these guys to kill middle. I want them to have high morale. I want them to think that they're going to be progressing and advancing forward into us. I want them to feel like they're winning, but only in the end. I'm going to surprise Red now while all of his units are at the middle. I'm going to do this massive recall on him. Alright, so carriers are coming. Red is transitioning to carriers as well too now. And so these guys are pretty much all in. So while he's busy at the middle now, check this out, guys. We're going to go do... I'm going to stasis some of these stormers here. Looking at his base, he doesn't have any more units because I know he's got all of them at the middle. So do this counter recall with massive recalls here on Marines. Check this out. Recall number 1. Recall number 2. I think that alone, I think we have like 70 Marines right here, guys. Like, it's just crazy. I don't even think he realizes. I think he's so busy in the middle, I don't think he realizes that his base is pretty much taken out. It is like, I don't know what it is, but Marines and Medics, as soon as you recall them, they are so quick at doing so much damage. Like, I'll do it on top of like mech units even as well, like tanks and whatnot, and they'll clear them out so quick. Whereas if I do like recalls with Goliaths and whatnot, like it's not as effective. So I'm actually very shocked at being able to actually do recalls with Marines and like bio units instead. Anyways, they tried to do a counter at my 9 o'clock, so I gotta be careful because there's a bunch of like Templars outside here. So I'm just gonna pull my Marines to the back a little bit. I still anticipate that they're gonna be able to storm some of these Marines here. I wish I had a nuke right now. Oh my gosh, if I had a nuke right now, I would just nuke this. And then my ally would come from behind and we just do a clinch. Alright, so what I'm gonna do instead is I'm gonna bring these Arbiters, I'm gonna stasis these Templars here so then I can actually go push forward. So, man, these guys are so cheese. They are pretty much just going all stormers. It's so funny. Alright, so there you go. Alright, so I stasis most of it now. Now let's push forward. Let's clean this up. Allie's also coming from the rear, so we're gonna clinch these guys. And the remaining units are gonna be pretty much stasis. Now I'm gonna bunch up these Marines here that I have at the bottom. And I'm going to use them to recall at 11 o'clock. And we're going to finish off recalling at 12 o'clock as well. I told my ally to scan 11, and it looks like he's going pretty much all carriers here. So he's got a few cannons, so I'm going to do a massive recall here. It's going to be awesome. I'm going to do, so I got these Arbiters ready, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So check the energies on them. So they're almost, 3 are almost at 150. So once they're at 150, we're going to go recall all these units at 3 o'clock here, and also the units at 6. So it's gonna, yeah, we definitely have 100 here, so it's gonna be awesome. So I'm telling my ally, I said like, hey dude, watch 11, check this out. Alright, let's go for it, guys. Boom, recall 1, recall 2, recall 3, boom. All of his probes got instantly taken out instantly, and he's at my 3 o'clock. He's trying to attack me. He didn't realize that I'd be able to recall this quick. So yeah, Allie's doing some nice lockdowns for me. Perfect. So I have +3 now, and his interceptors are, yeah, they're gonna die so quick because there's no upgrades on them, so it's gonna be hilarious. Alright, we're gonna clear out his base, and he's got nothing else because 7 is controlled by 1 Dark Templar now. So I'm gonna clear up all of this. I'm gonna group these Marines here together, and then we're gonna do a finale recall at 12 o'clock, guys. Yeah, so I was waiting for these to be unlocked. I'm just gonna wipe out all of his interceptors because there's nothing he can do now. Alright, I told my ally, I said go 12. Come from the front, and I'm gonna do a recall from the rear. So check this out. Recall 1. Recall 2. Boom. Recall 3. And let's see if I can stasis these carriers as well. Oh, he stasis a few of my Marines here. It's too bad. Okay, so it's like a stasis war we had going on here. So, anyways, I was able to stasis the carriers and kill off all the probes. And now I'm going to take out the Nexus. And these guys, like, it's crazy. These guys thought they probably had this game because, you know, they took out middle, they took out our ally at 11 o'clock as well. And my base at 9 o'clock looked total noob, so these guys thought I was super noob. Little did they know that I had a full base over here that I was actually using, and I'm trying to execute this troll play here. So I do not think that they thought they were going to lose this game, so it's so funny. Blue got upset at me, so I think he was trying to do a recall at 3 o'clock. This is what you call emotional revenge. So, you know, they just have an outburst of like wanting to get revenge at you as kind of a last ditch effort, but a lot of times it just fails, so it's so funny. Anyways guys, let's hop over to the final bonus clip we have for mass marine recalls. Alright guys, welcome back to mass marine recalls bonus clip number 1. So got the Marines here, got the base, secret base set up with a bunch of barracks, got about 100 Marines now, so we're at 200 for both bases. Now I'm going to go and do a recall. I also have mass arbiters as well, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to stasis all these units here, and now I'm going to surround all these units with some recalls. So check this out guys. So I'm going to send in these Corsairs as some cushion, and I'm going to surround all of his units with a bunch of mass Marines now. And so he also is doing some stasis at me, but I've got tons of Marines, so I'm just gonna keep recalling them. So we did 3 recalls, 4 recalls, and I think we got some more back at home. And so now these units are gonna pop out of stasis, and as soon as they are, check this out. There's just so many units for him to deal with that he couldn't storm all of them. Oh my gosh, it's crazy. And looks like purple is trying to do a drop, trying to save them, but I'm just gonna use my mass arbiters to stasis them as well. So crazy combination guys, crazy. Just mass Marines and mass stasis with mass arbiters. So we're gonna clean up this base, and I'm gonna go over to 12 o'clock. We're gonna do the same thing at 12 o'clock too guys. So +2, it's only +2, it's not even +3 yet, so we can clean up this base so quick. Alright, so doing some scans at 12 o'clock, looks like he's got a few units set up here for defense, so the coast should be clear, so I'm going to send in all my arbiters there. Just going to stasis these guardians. I think green at 9 o'clock here, he's trying to just keep his guardians here. He's thinking that he can save his ally at 11 o'clock, but he can't because I've got so much stasis and mass Marines, so it's gonna be super funny if he actually does come. Yeah, he's not sure if he should come. He's like, I don't think it's gonna work, so that's why he's like backing out there. So funny. I'm gonna clump up these Marines now. I'm gonna recall these ones here. I'm gonna recall the ones back at home as well. We're gonna try to do another massive epic recall here. So check this out guys, let's do it. Okay, so we got some guardians here, we got some tanks, and it's going to immediately siege these tanks right away, so check this out. I'm going to stasis some of them, and I'm going to do a recall afterwards. Alright, now the coast is clear. Recall number 1, recall number 2, recall number 3, recall number 4. Oh my god, there's just so much, it's crazy. I love just seeing so many Marines just pop out. It's one of the best recall units, guys. I think the only one that comes as good is probably siege tank recalls. Siege tank recalls are pretty damn strong. I'm actually working on a video clip for you guys on that one. So, but mass Marine is definitely one of my top favorites now. Yeah, so he probably thought that he could defend against this with all of his mech units, but he had no idea that I would combine it with recalls and also stasis on top of him. So anyways, they left. Fun game. Is actually one of my buddies. Lechuza, he's not. He's just he's actually, you know, we've seen him around. I've been playing with him forever, but super fun game. Hopefully you guys got to enjoy that. I'm going to be doing some more of this stuff with mass recalls. Drop some funny thoughts, comments, memes, or ideas you guys have. That's what makes this channel super fun, guys. I appreciate all of your ideas. They're super hilarious. And if you're new to the channel, guys, make sure you come by. Check out all the other playlists that we have. Tons of different ways to get some fun reactions from players. So make sure you guys don't miss out. And as always, looking forward to see you guys in the next one.